Yo, 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 we back.
Yo, yo.
Everything, we back with it. Here, wrapping up Part two, chilling with Mr. Josh himself.
What up?
We had to go take a little break. Had to go and, make sure everything was good, everything was legit. Everything is cool, everything is legit. So we back at it, cause I definitely want to dig into the part and want to get a little understanding on like every time I'm driving and I'm going somewhere. If I gotta go to Gerard, to go my practices, I always take Broad Street.
Right.
For some reason, I love driving down Broad Street.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
At night is even better at night.
But I say to say when I get to Temple,
Right.
You know what I mean? When I make it to Temple campus, I'm just all like, how could these kids get some of the best education in one of the probably the worst part of the city? You know what I mean? I understand they built it up now, but when we was growing up, you know what I mean? When we was growing up, it was, you know what I mean? You had to keep going. Now, you born and raised, dog, lived in the heart of the city, coming from North, bro.
Right.
What block was you on?
Third in Susky all day.
Third in Susky all day, and shout out to Moesophilly, man. That's where our grandparents from. Like our grandparents right down Third and Diamond.
You know what I mean?
I mean that's where at the church every Sunday we going to grandma and grandpa's house. And what was crazy, we talking about the old Moesophilly when it was just like 4, 5, 6 houses on the block. You know what I mean? And so we had a yard and dirt to play in, and again that's where you was rooted and grounded.
Yes, sir.
How did you make it out, bro? How did you make it out to be 28, 2 beautiful kings, own business, second own business, bro? Like, explain that, man. Help me understand.
Man, that's a blessing. I definitely can say it's a blessing. A lot of my friends is not here, to enjoy and witness what's definitely going down right now. Some is is a little, in some tough situations, booked right now, keep your head up. But it was always a blessing, man. I was that fish that went against the current, you know what I mean? I was different. I was always different. And it was dope that...
Hold on for a second, cuz. Hold on. Podcast audience, listen, right? So I told y'all we definitely in the war room in the basement, grassroots with it. So in the war room is sort of kind of like the kids' playroom. So we got the kids in the background. So if you hear, understand that this is really how we getting it, man. You know what I mean? The kids playing and we still making it go. I apologize, cuz.
No, you good. This is beautiful.
You was a fish going against the current.
Beautiful setup. You know
what I mean?
I must say.
You put me with a fish going against the current, man. That had to be tough, bro, because I thought about Nemo. You know what I mean? I thought about Nemo. But, I mean, a fish going against the current, like, keep going.
No, man, like I was saying, it was just dope how my friends, my circle that I was with, always wanted the best for me. And they, put me always in a position to win. I never, I never, caught myself in too much for crazy situations, you know what I mean? Because my friends always, show love and if I wasn't supposed to be there, Jay, don't rock out, go home. You know what I mean?
You need people like that,
man, it was always a blessing, man.
And, hold up. Say that again, man, because I'm sure some of y'all out there, y'all got somebody that will say that to you.
Right.
Will be that voice like, nah, bro, chill. Relax.
That's why I say, man, it's rare to have the circle of friends I had. You know what I mean? I like I said, I shouldn't be where I'm at right now.
None of us.
It was love. It was definitely a blessing, man.
And what's crazy about it is that I mean, like, you my little cousin. You know what I mean? So I know the story. I know the struggle. We both from the same,
yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Same bloodline. Like, right. So and so the story, like, for me to know it, experience it firsthand, it's like, we cry together. We you know what I mean? So to see where you're at now, man, is definitely inspiring. And so let's talk about, I know you said at 23, that's when you started the JLT Housing Solutions.
Right.
Now, with construction, man, and I understand your pop put the tools in your hand, the hammer and the nails, put the hammer and your nails in your hand, and you went out and made what they are. I mean, you out there and you being carped like that. Everybody needs it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody needs it. And how do you find a passion and joy in that? You know what I mean? Because that takes a lot of patience and labor.
That's an understatement. Man.
Okay, well, I mean, explain like what's why you get up and go every day to do that.
Right. Well, first and definitely, most importantly, is just my family. You know what I mean? That's my why. That's the motivation. Because in construction, like you said, you had ups and downs. You know, sometimes money is good. Sometimes, you know, money is slow due to the season. You know what I mean? But
now, explain what's the season. I'm sorry. What's the
seasons? I'm saying you got your summer. You know, spring, summer. Okay. You got fall and winter. It usually slow down for us in the fall and winter. A lot of people don't really holiday time. A lot of people don't want to get work done in their house. Okay. But if you're a smart contractor, you know how to move around that. And align yourself with people who are working 365. You know what I mean? Now,
what season you like working the most in? You'd rather be hot, working in the heat, working in the cold?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When you working indoors, doing kitchens, bathrooms, summer, winter, it's gonna get hot regardless. You're gonna sweat.
You gotta deal with something.
Yeah, there's no way to avoid it. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So it's just part of the grind. You know what I mean?
I'd rather be hot any day. I'd rather work in some heat compared to working some cold.
Yeah, I'd rather be cold and work because there's nothing worse than being hot and sweaty and getting drywall dust stuck to you and wood chips stuck to you.
Wifey, how you feel about him coming home all sweaty and stuff compared to him coming home cold?
She love it. She love it. She love it.
She probably like, oh, Poppy, go take a shower, Poppy. Oh, go take a shower, Poppy. Oh man, but okay, I understand, man, but
I'm sorry to go back to what you were saying, man. My family is the motivation. That's my why. But then after that, you have to love the whole process. I love the whole beautification process where I'm in control to take something from nothing to take it and build and just turn this, it can be trash, it can be anything. Yeah. Just turn into, a prized possession or making somebody's dream come to a reality. So that part is the thrill. That's the also the goal. That's the motivation also.
So I know, when we was young boys and you play the drums.
Yes,
you playing the drums. You started with the sticks. And we seen that whenever we was in church, you hitting the sticks on the pews. Right. Did you have tools that you would play with? Like, did you have certain stuff that you would play with to put together? Because I mean, like, how did you go about that?
That's funny.
Did you used to take apart your bed and be like, Mom?
No. I never did that. That's funny. But no, I just fell in love. I always see my dad tools. It's funny. Same thing my son do to me is what I used to do to my pops.
All right, what's that?
I see his tools. I play with him in the house. I put his boots on. I want it to be that, and that's what I see now. But the seed was planted, and it just stuck with me. I was running away from it, but it finally caught me, man.
All right, so tell me this, right? So in today's economy, like now obviously the bigger the job, the bigger the job, the bigger the price, the expenses, labor, all that is. Right. So explain to me what's a small job? What's a small job?
Small jobs can consist of anything from little patchwork, holes in the wall, changing light fixtures, little plumbing leaks here and there.
Now, on an average, what's the cost of that?
So it can go from anywhere depending on the size of the hole. Gotcha. Depending on if it's just a simple light fixture. It's levels. It's definitely levels to it.
Now, what I want you to do, I want you to help us. Help my audience, and I mean my podcast listener, understand and learn the difference from a good, because it's not just construction, right? Right. It can't be just construction, but what's a good dude to let do your work on your house, and not a good dude to let work on your house? Like how we know the real from the fake.
Oh, and that's it's definitely tough to decipher and definitely judge. But one thing I can say from me and what I bring to the table is an honest contractor, one that's going to give you the real, how much, the right way it should be done, not to benefit his company, step aside and just give you the real, that it makes sense for you as the client, saving you money. It can go on and on, but it's definitely one of them conversations where you can tell when it sounds like it's benefiting you. I will always say that's a good contractor, because you have your best interest at heart.
Yes, sir. Now I know in order for us to become a master or great at anything,
yes, sir,
it takes experience.
Right.
It takes trial and error.
Big facts.
It takes
the baby slobberer.
The baby slobberer.
JoJo.
That's Kyla taking care of baby JoJo. Cousins over there playing in the war room. Now, because I should have mentioned this to you before we started. In the war room, anything goes.
Oh.
This is, you can come down the steps and get a pillow tossed at you. So all is good if they start going crazy.
Gotcha. That's how we was.
That's the war room, It's the war room. So again, man, to all my future guests planning on coming down here, just know you come in the war room. It might be a toy thrown at you, and it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
So again, I wanted to ask that question on some of your experiences where you did not such a good job on a project, or you might have did something where it was lesson learned type of thing. Right. And let me hear one of them situations where you was like, you had to go back to that client.
Oh my God.
And explain.
As a contractor, man, you go through a lot of situations like that. Because that's part of the territory, It's one of them things we say, if you don't leave blood on the job site, you're not working hard enough. And if you don't mess up, throughout the years, you ain't putting no real time in. So it's that's how you get your stripes. And it's one of them conversations that we all contractors sit around and laugh about. Because it makes you who you are. It's one of them things that if you never been through something, you don't know how to face it, the issue, and also the other side, face the client. So I remember one good story where early in the game where as a contractor you catch yourself rushing to get projects done. You get life happens. You get feel pressure. You just want to get in and out. Instead of taking your time and doing things the right way sometimes. But it's funny because
so doing things under pressure.
Because you under pressure is like I just need the money. I need the money now. I got a bill to pay. My son need this and that. Or it's knowing that you got to get done right now, in and out to get that check. And that's not always the right way to look at things, but it makes you who you are. You got to go through that. Every contractor go through that. So I was rushing in and out, trying to wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Just trying to get in and out to get my check.
How did you face the client? Let's go through that dialogue. after you made a mistake or you messed up, how was that?
Sometimes you gotta bite the bullet. First, you always
gotta let them find it.
First, you gotta say, "Was this leaking before I came here?" Or was this hole here?
No.
I see it in my picture, but I wasn't sure. You got to ask them. And then after that response, you go into, I don't know what happened. But you always got to fix it. And that was one thing I definitely stood on. If it had to come on my balance, if it means, you hate me, no more, referrals to your family. You got to bite that bullet.
Gotta take it
after that conversation. This wasn't here? Oh, God. All right, so I don't know how it happened, but it happened, and you got to move on. But it happens, man. It's definitely them, gain a lot of stripes, man. I flooded some basements, I flooded a couple, kitchen areas.
We gonna talk about. I gotta hear about that.
But it's real, man.
I can't wait.
It's real.
Y'all hit that next button. We be out. We be back in a little bit.
Check it out.